Hello, my dear little shining stars. How are you all? I hope you all are doing really very well. In our today's class, we are going to start your chapter number 9. And the name of your chapter number 9 is preposition. Okay, so let's see what is the meaning of preposition. Preposition is a word a preposition is a word used to link nouns, pronouns or phrases to another word within a sentence. Okay. Now, what is the meaning of preposition? Linking word. Simple linking word. Okay. So, preposition are those words in our grammar section who used to connect noun, pronoun or phrases to the another words which is present in our sentences. Okay. That's why they are known as linking words. Okay. They act to connect the people, object, time, and a location of a sentence. Now, what they connect? So why I'm calling them linking words? Because they are used to connect the people, the object, the time, and the location which is present in the sentence. Okay, so these preposition words are used to connect all of them. Then prepositions are usually short words and they are normally placed directly before noun. Prepositions are very short words. Okay, so prepositions are very short, but that's why you can put any preposition word before the noun word in the sentence. Okay, in some cases preposition are placed before gerund verbs. A gerund is a verb that also function as a noun. Example, Sarah takes pleasure in singing. Okay, sometimes what happen, my dear student, we can put or we can write the preposition word before the gerund verbs. So what is the meaning of gerund verbs? See, a gerund is a verb that is also a gerund is a verb which also act as sometime like noun. Okay, so in some cases what happen, preposition words can be placed before the gerund verb words. Okay, example you can see Sarah takes pleasure in singing. Okay, similarly, my dear student, now we are going to see this preposition chart along with preposition of time. Okay, so in here you can see what are the different preposition words. Okay, see, this is our whole preposition, how we are going to use them in the sentence and the example of them. Okay, so first of all you can see at. Okay, at is a preposition word. When we are going to use at, exact time, meal times, parts of a day, age. Whenever we are talking about the exact times, meal times, parts of the day and about age. Okay, in this cases we are going to use at preposition word. Example you can see at 3 p.m, at dinner, at sundown, at age 21. Okay, now the next preposition word is by. When we are going to use by, see, a limit in time in the sense of at the latest. Okay, whenever we are talking about a time limit, okay, we can use by. Example you can see by sundown, by the dew. Okay, similarly the next preposition word is in. When we are going to use in the sentence, whenever we are talking about seasons, month, years, duration, and after a certain period of time in the sentence. So in all these cases we are going to use in preposition word. Example you can see in the summer, in the November, in 1992, in the same year, in an hour. Okay, now the next our preposition word is on. When we are going to use on preposition word, whenever we are talking about days of the week or parts of a day where the day is named or dates. Okay, whenever we are talking about days of a week, dates, month, so in this case we are going to use on. Example you can see on Wednesday, on Friday night, on 4th December. Okay, now the next preposition word is ago and after. When we use ago and after words, after preposition words, let's see. Ago, we use ago for a certain time but in the past. Okay, whenever we are talking about a certain portion of a time but in the past. Okay, so in this case we use ago preposition, and after preposition we use whenever we are a point in time that follows another point in time. Okay, so whenever we are talking about a point of time which is followed by another point of time, in this case we use after. Example you can see 2 years ago, after the game, after the surgery. Okay, similarly before preposition word. When we use before preposition word, a point in time that precedes another point in time. Example, before leaving, before breakfast, before 2004. So whenever we are talking about a period of a time but before another period of time. Okay, in this case we use before word. Okay, now the next one preposition word is during. When we use during preposition word, whenever we are talking about something that happened or will happen in a specific period of time, okay, whenever we are talking that something will be going to happen at this time, okay, at that moment of the time. So in this cases, my dear student, we are going to use during preposition word. Example, you can say during the night, during the war, okay. Now the next preposition word, for and past. When we use for and past preposition word, for is used over a certain period in the past, okay, whenever we are talking about a certain period of time, but in the past. In this case, we use for. Example, you can say for 2 years. And past, whenever when we use past preposition word, whenever we are telling about the time, okay, whenever we are telling about the time, so in this case we use past. Example, you can see for 2 years, for past say for 2 years, 10 past 6, okay. Since and throughout. So when we use this two preposition word, we use since whenever we are talking about a certain period of time, and throughout whenever we are talking about something that happened, will happen continuously in a specific period of time, okay. So throughout we use whenever we are talking about a certain period of time but in a continuous form, okay. So in this case we use throughout preposition word, okay. Example, you can see since 1990, since 1980, since the accident, throughout the year, throughout the ordeal, okay. Now the last two preposition word, until and up to. When we use until, when we use until preposition word, see, we use until preposition word up to a certain point in time, how long something is going to last, until whenever we know the time limitation, okay. So in this time limitation we use until preposition word, okay. And in what case we are going to use up to or to, up or to, for an earlier point of a later point, from an earlier point to a later point, means whenever we know the starting point, the earlier point of the time to the later point of the time. So in this case we use up to preposition word. Example, you can see until the end, until sunrise, up to now, okay. So my dear student, you can see there are many preposition word and we are going to use that preposition word in many different types of sentences, okay, along with their examples, okay. Now preposition chart, preposition of place. This chart is based on preposition of time. Okay, this chart is totally based on time. At what time we are going to use preposition word. Now we are going to see this preposition chart which is based on place. Okay, whenever we see place, whenever sentence is talking about place, so at that moment, at that filling the blanks, what type of preposition word which describes about the place we are going to fill here. So you can see here at, by, again, all same preposition words are repeated. But now conditions changed. Earlier we are talking about time. Right now we are talking about place. Okay. So let's see. At. When we use at, an object settled position, an object settled position or position after it has moved, okay. Whenever we are talking about the object position, maybe it is replaced or maybe it is removed, okay. Meeting place or location, whenever we are talking about the any meeting place or any meeting location, okay, points of direction and at a target, okay. So whenever we are talking about this places, we are going to use here at. Example, you can see at the airport, at the ceremony, at home, at the desk, turning at the intersection, throwing the snowball at Lucy. Okay. Similarly, when we are going to use by in the condition of place, close to, alongside, okay, whenever we are very close to the place and whenever we are presented at the alongside of the place. So in this cases we are going to use by preposition word. Example, you can see by the school, by the window, okay. In preposition word is used in an enclosed space, in a geographic location, in a print medium, okay. Examples, you can see in the garage, in an envelope, in San Diego, in Texas, in a book, in a magazine, okay. Similarly, on preposition word, when we are going to use on preposition word, okay, whenever we are talking about a certain side of the area, okay, whenever we are talking about a certain side of the area, whenever we are talking about any river or any lake place, whenever we are talking about the floor which is present in our house, okay, and when we talk about public transport, okay, as well as whenever we are talking about television and radio, in all these cases we use on preposition word. Example, you can see on the left, London lies on the Thames, on the floor, on a bus, on the air, on TV, okay. Similarly goes with about. Okay, in what way we are going to use about preposition word? Around or outside of, but around or outside of, at, but not exactly on, related to. Okay, so my dear student, we are going to use about preposition word whenever we know the place. Okay, whenever we know the place but we don't know about the exact location, we know the around area, we know the surrounding area, so in this case we use about preposition word. Example, you can see about town, about 5 feet tall, about my father's business. Okay, above preposition word is used suspended, higher than something else, superior to, whenever we are talking about the suspended form or whenever we are talking about the superior form of the place. Okay, so here we are going to use above preposition. Example, you can see above the door, above me in rank. Okay, after preposition word, when we are going to use after preposition word, persuade a point further from an earlier point. Okay, whenever we are talking about a point but earlier from the another point. Okay, example, you can see here, chasing after the robbers, the corner after the big house. Okay, similarly the next preposition word is along. When we are going to use along preposition word, tracing the length of and without emphasis on the end. Whenever we are talking about the length area, okay, or whenever we are talking about, see, whenever we are talking about the length area but we are not putting a pressure, but we are not putting a emphasizing pressure on the end of the sentence. Okay, so in this case, my dear student, we use along. Okay, example, you can see along the hallway, along the river. Now, in what way we are going to use among a preposition word? In a crowd, at the end of a long list. Whenever we are talking about a crowd area, okay, or whenever we are talking about a list, okay, in this list, many places are given. So in all these cases, we are going to use among preposition word. Examples, you can see among friends, among the masses, among other things. Now the next one is around, before, behind. When we use this three preposition word, around we use for location of something, explaining a period of time. Okay, around when we know the location but we don't know about the exact location. Okay, but we know the nearby areas. Okay, so here, my dear student, we use around preposition word. Example, you can see drive around the block around 3 o'clock. Okay, similarly before, when we are going to use before preposition word in the context of place, in the front, in terms of space, means before means what, we are talking about the front side. Okay, example, you can see before the emperor, before God, and behind. Okay, just opposite of before. So whenever we are talking about the back side of the space or back side of the place, in this case we are going to use behind preposition word. Example, you can see behind the car, behind her smile. Okay, similarly below and from, below and from, when we are going to use below preposition word and from preposition word, something lower than or underneath, something beneath. Okay, whenever we are talking about the something hidden below the area, in this case we are going to use below preposition word. Okay, example, you can see below the stairs, below expectations. Okay, similarly last preposition word from, in what case we are going to use from, in the sense of where from, you know the exact location where that area lies. Okay, example, you can see a flower from the garden, you know flower grows in garden. Okay, so my dear friend, these all are the preposition word which we have seen in the context of preposition of place. Now let's see some common errors while we make, okay, some common errors we make while writing preposition words. Example, you can see here, after prepositions like, some, after writing some preposition words like about, after, at, before, for, from, in, on, to, the main verb must be in the VING form. Okay, my dear student, remember this one. Whenever you write this preposition words, see, whenever you write this preposition word, okay, it is mandatory that after writing this preposition word, oh no, not like this, sorry. Whenever you are writing this preposition word, it is mandatory rule. Just remember, in this case, okay, in this case, when in the sentence you are mentioning about this preposition word, then the main verb which lies in the sentence, the main verb will always remain in ing form, in continuous form. Okay, example, you can see she prevented me from do it. Is it, this statement sounds good, Absolutely not. She prevented me from doing it. It sounds good. Okay, it sounds good. Okay, so remember this point, my dear student. Whenever we use some preposition words like about, about, after, at, before, for, from, in, on, to, the. Okay, so in this case, my dear student, main verb always follow the rule verb plus ing form. Okay, so this is all about our adverb. Okay, now come with me and let's complete the activity sheet number 40. Here what we are going to do, choose the best preposition to use in each of the sentences. Here, my dear student, we are going to choose the correct preposition word from the brackets. I am not capable that type of behavior. I am not capable of that type of behavior. Smoking is bad for you. She was dressed in pink. Okay, she was dressed in pink. Fourth one, that this restaurant is famous for its mussels. Then George is married to a German woman. Are you afraid of him? I am so proud of you. Okay. Similarly, my dear student, the rest of the you are going to do with your own. Now, activity sheet number 41. Here, what we have to do, choose the, complete the following sentences with the correct preposition. Okay, my dear student, here filling the blanks are given and we are going to fill those filling the blanks with the help of the words given in this box. Mr. Martin is responsible for recruitment. Then, do you think the report could be translated into English for the meeting tomorrow? The food in Japan is very different from European food. I don't agree with. Okay? In my opinion, you are wrong. The car crashed into a fence on the other side of the road. Okay, my dream is to travel around the world. Seventh one, the traffic in the city was so heavy it took us 2 hours to drive through it. Okay. From Manchester, we took the plane for London. Okay. Similarly, the rest of the you are going to do with the help of the words given in the box. Now, activity sheet number 42. Here, what we are going to do, read the story given below and fill in the blanks with correct preposition. My dear student, this story is based on a very wise king of the world named as King Solomon and one of the very beautiful Queen Sheba. Okay. So, we have to read this story and we are going to fill in the blanks with the correct preposition word. Okay, so King Solomon was known dash his wealth and wisdom. So King Solomon was known for his wisdom, wealth and wisdom. Queen Sheba heard of his wisdom and decided to test him. She went to Solomon's palace with two garlands. One of them was made of real flowers while the other was made of artificial flower. The garland looked alike and it was impossible to tell which one was real and which one was fake. Okay. Okay, my dear student, rest of the filling the blanks you are going to fill. Read this story and correctly fill the preposition word in the filling the blanks. Okay. Okay, my dear friend, in this way we have completed our chapter number 9 also. Okay, just go thoroughly through this chapter and complete all the leftover exercises. Now I'm taking leave and going to meet with you all in our next class with a new chapter. Till then, you have to take very good care of yourself as well as have a smile on your face. Bye.